Time for us once again to check in with Dave Walker, find out what's going on in the museum scene here in New Orleans. Dave hosts the museumgoer.com. Dave, welcome back. And what are you looking at this week?
Well, thanks, Paul. A couple of weeks ago on this segment, I previewed the opening of a new exhibition at the Ogden Museum of Southern Art, Battle of the Bands by Keith Duncan. Now that the artwork is on the walls and I've had a chance to talk with Duncan in the gallery, uh, I'd love to give it another mention. This exhibit is fantastic and timely given the street experiences with local and regional marching bands that many of us will share during the next few days. A Louisiana native and product of LSU and Hunter College in New York City, Duncan is well known in his hometown as an artist and educator. The vivid works in the exhibit draw on his early interest in superhero comic books, as well as personal experience drawing the banners his high school football teams would bust through to take the field before kickoff. Among Duncan's influences for these specific pieces, he said, are the startlingly modern quilts of Gee's Bend, Alabama, and of course the dynamic spectacle and musical experience these bands manifest when performing. The musicians, dancers, and especially drum majors of 15 historically black college and university bands are represented in the large-scale works captured in dramatic arrays full of motion and emotion. Each main work is accompanied by a solo figure of that school's drum major, posed as a combination of superhero and, in Duncan's words, intended to evoke symbols of African warriors dancing in front of the king or the queen. I'll have an interview with Duncan in the Times-Picayune on Sunday, and my gallery tour with him and Bradley Sumrall, the Ogden's curator of the collection, has been posted as a Museumgoer podcast on most of the usual platforms. On view at the Ogden through August 10th, the exhibit will then tour to several cities with close geographic ties to HBCUs. The exhibit is accompanied by a beautiful catalog available for purchase at the Ogden's Museum store.
Well, Dave, it's interesting. Mardi Gras, of course, coming up and things like that. And we can add this to the list of unique New Orleans things, drum major season. I don't think anybody else has that.
No, no, we're in the thick of it now, that's for sure. Uh, and interestingly, this exhibit, due to its location near the route, typical parade route, the Ogden will close early Wednesday through Friday this week, then close completely, as we all do, until March 5th. The sounds of parading bands may still be echoing around the neighborhood if you visit that day, and the memories of that sound will definitely be rekindled whenever you go. Due to the long holiday weekend, the programming schedule at museums around town is pretty slight. One event to note is taking place today at the Lapis Center for the Arts at the New Orleans Museum of Art. Continuous screenings from noon to 7 p.m. of Alexandra Kern's short documentary, Wild Magnolias. Kern and Big Chief Bo Dallas Jr. will discuss the film at 12:30 and 6. The screenings and talks are free with museum admission, which on Wednesdays is free to Louisiana residents.
Well, there it is. And if you want to learn more about anything we've just talked about or other things going on in the museum scene, check out Dave's website at themuseumgoer.com. Thanks, Dave. We'll see you next week and happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras to you, Paul. Take care.